Well, good morning everybody. Back in the data center. I still don't have a lapel mic. I apologize. Last week's video I talked about our switches. I forgot a couple. We use these in copper rack switches. These are 7254s. They're also fabric switches along with our cores. And we attach our Nutanix nodes to those. So our VMware environment is connected directly into the fabric. So I just wanted to bring those up because I forgot them. So in this week's video, I wanted to mention some of the non-extreme devices that I have to work with. I don't always manage them. Sometimes people just tell me what to do with them and I just do them. Do whatever they tell me. So let's go ahead with that. So obviously one of the big things that is non-extreme that we work with are the Palo Alto firewalls. I do manage those. And then down here, way at the bottom, let's see if I can do this right. Can you guys still hear me? We have a little mini Palo Alto firewall. That's where our we have an internet test connection that we use, comes through that. Over here we've got a little, what the heck is this? It's an ASA something. I can't remember what the model number is and I can't find the model number. Anyway, we have a little ASA appliance here. That's used for our healthcare interpreter network phones. So somebody comes in, they want some medical care, they don't speak English, we don't speak their language, we can call these guys and they'll translate. So we get to them using two methods. So voice goes over this guy, video goes over this little Cisco Meraki down below. And I don't do anything other than I just plug it in and I tell her where I plugged it in, and the lady that manages it takes care of all that. So those are some non-Cisco devices in our environment. Let's see what else we got around here. We've obviously got these Sienna switches that are managed by the ISPs. I don't manage those. Same with that Ubiquiti video I did. Everybody keeps telling me I should have done this. You guys got to remember, I don't manage those. I can't get into them. I can't touch them. I can't do anything to Ubiquiti. So, like I said, also we've got a little Cisco switch there that does, basically it's a media converter. That's managed by the county guys. I don't touch that. I don't think there's anything else in here that's non-extreme that I manage. So we're going to take a run down to the MDF, and there's a couple things down there I'll show you. So be right back. Actually, you won't even know I'm gone. We're almost there. I'm just making sure my phone doesn't go to sleep. Just got to head down this hallway, hang a right, go down the elevator. We'll be there. 1 second. So really quick, while I was mentioning HCIN, Healthcare Interpreter Network, the devices I was pointing to, these are the phones that they use. They have speakerphones, they have, is what they mostly use. And then for the hearing impaired, we have these. And HCIN, Healthcare Interpreter Network. They're pretty cool. Okay, MDF is right here. 1 more second. All right, here we are in the MDF, looking for devices that are not extreme. These, I'll point out whether I manage them or not. So, again, right here we have a Cisco router. That's connected to UC Davis, and they use that for, I think it's stroke evaluations, I want to say. Maybe not. Of course, here's our other Palo Alto. It's availability peer. So that's our main firewall. That's going to be our, where is it? There it is, our east-west segmentation firewall. And then there's this guy. So I manage the firewalls, of course, and then I also manage this thing right here, the Dialogic Media Gateway. That's a weird little beast. It's basically a voice gateway. So it's got a connection in the back here for the public telephone network. Let's see if we can see it. It might be too dark back here. It might be wedged in there too far. Yeah, it is. It's wedged in there kind of far. It's hard to see. But right above that unit with all the fans, and below that router, it's got two connections to it basically. One is our internal LAN, and then the other one, it connects out to the phone line, just a regular old phone line. Connects in there somewhere. So we have these little badges called Vocera. You can look that up on the internet. And basically it's kind of a very Star Trek-y thing. It's a little badge, it's about that big, hangs on your lapel. You can press a button and say, call network admin, and it will call me. Or call housekeeping, it'll call housekeeping. Call Dr. whatever, Dr. Frankenstein, and it'll call that doctor or that nurse. So they use those for communication. It uses our internal wireless network. But what if you wanted to call somebody's phone? Oh, that's where this thing comes in. So you would just tell it, call a phone, and then the thing will come back and say, okay, what phone number would you like to dial? You rattle off the phone number, and it routes the session to this, and then that routes the call out over the public telephone network. Even if it's to an internal phone, it'll like go out to the public telephone network and come right back in. So that's just the way it works. So that's what that little guy does. I'm trying to think, is there anything else around here that's not extreme networking? Well, yeah. Hang on, let me close this door so we can open the other door. These guys, these are our VoIP routers. I don't manage those, but they are an integral part of our network, obviously, because we want our voice telephones to work. Let's get around the back side here, see if we can see what's connected to those bad boys. See if we can see them in here. Okay, there they are. So those are all the lines that go out to the public telephone. There's also a bunch of lines that go into some patient room phones, and that's all black magic and witchcraft. I don't do the telephone stuff. I don't want to know. I don't want to know how that stuff works. And the rest of it's just all servers. There's some voice servers. There's some close that up. There's some patient vitals servers. Got some old, well, relatively old, Cisco Layer 3 switch, Cisco Layer 2 switch. That's our old Philips network, our old patient vitals network. That has been taken over by me and replaced with this mess right here. And so I don't know why that's sitting there. Okay. It doesn't want to go where it belongs, so we'll mess with that later. So I think that's about it. Oh yeah, we got another Cisco router up there. That goes to one of our remote offices, remote clinics. The remote clinics, which I will not be managing much longer. Oh, and then the last little thing in here. Here's a little Dell server that I manage. Actually, it's just a little Dell workstation. And all I do with it is run iPerf3 on it for our VPN slowness problem. Yeah, you remember that. So, yep, nothing else in there. So that's basically the rundown of all of our non-extreme devices, pretty much. Some of which I manage, some of which I don't. Nothing much else has happened. We replaced another switch last night with my new helper, Satish. Hello, Satish. He's subscribed, so I'm sure he's watching. So yeah, we got that replaced last night. Seemed to go pretty well. The only hitch we had last night was that doggone Vocera gateway, the Dialogic Media gateway. It didn't actually malfunction. We thought it was. It was actually telephone routing coming back into it. So the Vocera badges I was talking about, press a button, dial a phone. It would work if you dialed out. So you could use Vocera to call, like I could call this cell phone that I'm recording this on. I could call internal office phones, but you couldn't go the other way. If I called from outside and tried to call a badge, like just pick up a phone, there's an outside phone number for that. And you can call that number and it'll say, please say the name of the person you're trying to reach. You say that person's name, like my name or Dr. Frankenstein or whatever, and then it'll route your telephone call to the little Vocera badge hanging around their neck. Well, that wasn't working, and it turned out to be an AT&T routing issue. They fixed it last night. So, yeah, that was the only hitch we had, and it wasn't even related to the work we were doing. And luckily, I was not on call. Beautiful brown-eyed boss was on call, so she took care of it. So, I'm trying to think if there's anything else to update you guys about. Can't think of anything. So, let's see what's coming up. So we have new management for our hospital that's coming up. So there are going to be some projects related to that. I'm not going to learn about that until tomorrow when we have an all-hands meeting in the IT department. The CIO is going to kind of lay out what's happening and what's going to happen in the future. Airborne updates will be coming back because I have access to aircraft again. So I just took my this past Saturday I took what's called a biennial flight review, BFR. Took that and no problem. It was even a very windy day, and even though I hadn't flown in a year, I did very well, if I do say so myself. And the instructor said so himself. So airborne updates will be coming back. I'll be flying a couple different kinds of airplanes, which will be fun. Actually, 3. One of which is a parachute, but the other 2 are real airplanes. So maybe you guys aren't excited about that coming back, but I am. I am really excited about that coming back. So anyhow, I think that's about all I got for this week. Sorry it's kind of boring. Hopefully we'll have some more exciting content coming up with the new management agreement with Dignity Health. So I'm excited to see what those guys are going to bring to the table. So as always, thanks for watching. If you like what you saw, click the subscribe button. Click the notification bell if you want to know more about, or you want to know when I put these videos up. And sorry, I'm getting distracted thinking about the work I got to do coming up today. It's all paperwork. It's not very exciting. So yeah, that's it. I'll quit rambling and we'll call it good. God bless everybody. We'll see you next time. Stop. There we go.